Hello everybody, how we doing today? So here we go. So, are you ready to hear about what's going on in good old Cuba? That's how President Kennedy used to say is Cuba. Cuba battling economic crisis imposes sweeping price controls. Havana, from Reuters. Communist-run Cuba on Tuesday imposed sweeping price controls on all state and private businesses as it battles a deepening economic crisis and mounting U.S. sanctions. So no, it can't all be blamed on communism, although I'm sure it has a role in this. But it's, the U.S. sanctions, Donald Trump's maximum pressure campaign. So here we go. He's going to make people starve, as I said he would. Resolutions published in the official Gazette banned all retail and wholesale price increases except for products imported and distributed by the state where already set profit margins cannot be increased. In effect, they have suspended what there is of a market, a Cuban economist said, asking not to be identified due to restrictions on talking to foreign journalists. While state-run companies dominate the economy, reforms in recent years have led to a growing private sector of cooperatives, farmers, small businesses, and self-employed individuals who, for example, work in the skilled trades or drive taxis and in general operate on a market basis. Hidden capitalists within communism? Oh my god! Resolution 302 of the Finances and Pricey Ministry lists all actors in what is called the non-state sector, saying that they cannot increase current prices and tariffs of products and services. Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel announced earlier this month that the government had adopted a series of emergency measures to fight economic stagnation and dwindling foreign currency earnings that began in 2015 as the economy of key ally Venezuela imploded, and which have been aggravated by a series of new U.S. sanctions. The measures included increased wages and pensions for more than 2 million state employees, amounting to more than 8 billion pesos annually, or close to 13% of this year's budget. Diaz-Canel said other measures will be announced, included price controls and policies aimed at stimulating local production to meet increased consumer demand without sparking inflation. So they're Keynesians. The thing is, these sort of artificial profit incentives don't last. I mean, if they do, they only last for a short time, and then they fall apart at the last minute. Hence the flaw of any form of communist or Keynesian economics. And alternatively, you knew that the failure of Venezuela was going to have an influence. The failure of one country rarely only affects that country. Other countries will automatically be affected as well. It's the nature of things. That's the nature of the global market. Cafeteria owner Manuel Rodriguez, like other small business owners, said he had no problem with the controls of the state and informal sector complied, which he doubted. I agree and would comply with regulating prices, but domestic products are scarce in stores, and we must resort to imported ones that are more expensive, Rodriguez said. Economist Andrew Zimbalist, a Cuba expert at Smith College in the United States, said, such measures are usually okay for short periods of time, but if they stay in place, they begin to create serious distortions in the economy. Pavel Vidal, a former Cuban central bank economist who teaches at Columbia Universidad Javeriana Cali, took a similar view. The more they control prices in formal markets, the more inflation instability there will be in informal markets, and the less incentive the productive sector has, he said. When the only tool you have is a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail. In short, the Cuban government has not approached this with any kind of subtlety. In fact, I don't think any government has the necessary subtlety to regulate a market without causing some sort of nasty side effect or problem appearing within its inner mechanism, so to speak. The free and open market is the best chance we have. You don't fix what ain't broken. Stock market crashes are temporary. They don't last forever. And when prices begin to fall or fall, they will eventually rise, and things will get back to normal. You go through a temporary upset, and things eventually fix themselves as investments and other situations begin to take place. Values rise and fall. Literally, just ask any stockbroker or economist. This is only going to make things worse. Things will get a little better, and then they'll get a little worse. Bye-bye, Cuba. I knocked the fan over. Oh, that was funny. Oh, anyway. Yeah, so there you go. That's what's going on in Cuba right now. Hope they can survive, but let's all learn from this and not repeat the mistakes they're making. Got it? See ya.